ASUS Vivobook S16 AI laptop review. Proof that OLED power meets everyday portability. You open your laptop. The project file loads slowly. The colors look dull and washed out on screen. Your deadline is in 2 hours, and every render, every export, every tab switch feels like wading through something heavy and thick. That quiet frustration builds fast. You look at your screen and wonder why nothing feels sharp, responsive, or trustworthy enough for professional work. Maybe you've been editing photos on a display that was never accurate to begin with. Maybe your storage filled up mid-project and panic set in. Maybe your machine just doesn't keep pace with how you actually think and work. And here is the thing. It's not your workflow that's broken. It's the tool. Sound familiar? Drop a comment if this hits close to home. The problem runs deeper than a single slow render. Every morning you sit down hoping today feels smoother, and every afternoon you're back to fighting the same invisible ceiling. You open Photoshop and the colors shift between your screen and the final export. You open a video timeline and the fan noise becomes background music to your frustration. Storage warnings pop up at the worst moments. You close tabs just to breathe. And the longer this goes on, the more mental energy gets drained before the real creative work even begins. You stop taking on bigger projects because the tool holds you back from saying yes. That's not a small inconvenience. That's a quiet erosion of creative confidence, one sluggish session at a time. Meanwhile, the work still needs to ship, the client still expects brilliance, and the clock keeps moving forward without sympathy. Then everything changed. Don't just pick any laptop. Make sure it has a professional-grade OLED display with 100% DCI P3 color accuracy, so you never suffer the frustration of exporting work that looks nothing like what you saw on screen again. That one shift reframes the entire buying decision. The ASUS Vivobook S16 AI laptop became the answer I kept circling back to, and once I understood what was actually inside it, the choice felt obvious. A 16-inch 3.2K OLED panel running at 120 Hz with 600 nits of brightness. A 10-core AMD Ryzen AI9 365 processor pushing up to 50 TOPS of AI acceleration. 32 GB of RAM and 4 TB of SSD storage. This is a serious machine, built for people doing serious work. Let me explain what daily life actually looks like with the ASUS Vivobook S16 AI laptop. You open a 4K timeline and it moves. You color grade, and what you see on screen matches the final output because the 100% DCI P3 OLED display is accurate enough to trust completely. A freelance designer who reviewed this machine described switching from a 14-inch IPS display as transformational, noting that subtle shadows and highlights finally became visible without an external monitor. One tech reviewer called it a solid laptop that perfectly balances portability, performance, and AI-first features, and that description holds up in practice. A software engineer using it daily reported running multiple IDEs, containers, and virtual machines simultaneously without a single felt slowdown, thanks to the 32 GB of RAM and 10-core processor. The included USB-C hub removes the dongle juggle entirely. And yes, if you're wondering whether 4 TB is overkill, ask yourself how many times you've deleted footage to free space. Quick answer, never again. What would an extra 2 hours of productive focus mean to your week? The ASUS Vivobook S16 AI laptop transforms how you create, communicate, and work by removing the friction that slows everything down. Thousands of creators, designers, and professionals are already running their full workflows on this machine without compromise. If you've been waiting for a genuine reason to upgrade, this is it. And it's a calm, logical one. I've dropped my affiliate link in the description and pinned it in the comments. Just click through and see the full details for yourself. No pressure at all. Just a better tool waiting for you when you're ready.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.